Hello and welcome back to Hallow, my island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Today is the last build for the first little chunk of my island. Yay! So first off, I started by changing out the hyacinth lamp with the blue one. Like I mentioned in the last video, that is something I wanted to change, so I did that. And I also gifted Freckles a little handbag. This time I made the clips a little slower. Someone commented that I low-key made them too fast, so I am so sorry about that if you couldn't tell what the hell was going on, but I'm trying to fix that, so let me know if this is better, please. So I downloaded a custom path for a stepping stone by another creator on YouTube. I will put them on the screen and I'll put their link in the description. I have been binge watching their videos this week while I've been doing my nails. That's a whole other story. Took me like multiple days to do that. But yeah, I was really obsessed with those paths, so I downloaded those. Finding a place for Maple's house was a nightmare, by the way. Like, this part of my island is just so awkwardly shaped. I just did not know where to put her house. I eventually put it next to the cliff by the cafe. Do I love where I ended up putting it? No, but I still think I made it work, so it's okay in the end. Finding a spot for her house was very difficult. Also, the pathing situation, I did not know what to do. I felt like the way that I decorated the entrance and the shopping area was very much like town square vibes, like the main sort of area of the city, but like for this part of the island, I wanted it to look a little more natural and less paths everywhere. Even though I still put a road in and multiple custom designs everywhere, like, I did not like the tiny little tiles that have a chokehold on me this time. So yeah, I opted out for just doing a little road to Maple's house, and then I gave her some stepping stones, but you'll see that in a bit, that I'm jumping kind of far ahead, but you'll see that in a little bit. I originally made the path 3 wide down to Maple's house, but I changed that down to 2 because it just took up way too much space. I just felt like the paths were just taking up so much space, and I wanted to put flowers everywhere because the whole idea for Maple's house, the whole theme of it that I went with was a little flower shop. I don't know, she gives florist vibes and she also gives chef vibes. So I made her house like her kitchen, but she's also like turned it into a floristry room and she sells flowers. That's just what I went with. I like how it turned out though. I show you the inside of the house in a bit when I do the final tour, so you will see that. Don't worry. Like I said already, I kind of really struggled with this build. I was at it for hours trying to figure out how to do this pathing, and it was just a nightmare. But it's okay, I eventually worked it out. You can see I put these tiles in Maple's house, and while I was editing this, actually, I did low-key regret getting rid of the tiles for a hot second, but then I saw the final product after I finished editing all the clips together, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I went with that instead. So it all works out. But still, like, I think her house looks really cute with these tiles. But it's okay. I also tried to put some sand down. I did not like how it looked. I wanted to maybe plant some, like, palm trees or something. I just did not like how it looked. I was not vibing with it, so I got rid of that. Also, like, the fencing for her house, I wanted to make a front garden. I wanted to separate her house from the rest of the area to still make it like it's her own little piece of land. But yeah, figuring out the fences was something else. I wanted to use that breeze design on the simple panels, like the ones that I used in the cafe, but it just was not looking good with this build, so I opted out of using that, and I instead used just like the simple fencing, I think it's called. It's just like a white picket fence. I thought that that would be cute for this area of the island because it's a little more country vibes on this side of the island. I was also really struggling to put furniture items in Maple's front garden. That is something that I was struggling with a lot. I was having trouble making things fit this whole entire build. I don't know why. Things just weren't going down in places they should have been able to go down. I tried changing the pathing out front of Maple's house to like a little road design, like she has a little concrete slab, but I'm just like, she's not living in a concrete jungle type city, she's living in a little country area of the island where she has a flower garden and a beach in front of her house. My computer is lagging. Also, I'm sorry about the glare in my glasses. I use natural lighting, and it's midday right now. I forgot to wear my glasses this morning when I went out, and I was blind, and I was gonna get a headache if I took them off for this video too. So anyways, I decided I did not like the concrete slab, so I got rid of that. And then I went with the stepping stones that I downloaded. Major shout outs to the stepping stones. They really came through for this build. If it weren't for these stepping stones, I think this build would have turned out a lot different. And I am genuine when I say that. Like, I probably would have kept the tiles that I put in the first place. And it would have been totally different and thrown off the whole entire theme of this area. I don't know why I'm stressing about it. Like, it's already done, babe. It's already done. Why are we stressing still? But yeah, I was experimenting with the fencing a lot at her house. Just went along with the picket fencing in the end. I wanted to give her a flower garden in her front garden, but again, I was struggling to make things fit, so I got rid of that as well, and I just opted for planting a couple flowers in her garden and then like some clovers, and I gave her a fun little chair, but you'll see that in a minute. I used the storefront on the side of her house to kind of make it look like an extension of her house. I don't know, the kind of vibe that I was going for in her house was like this area that I built in her house was the flower shop / kitchen. So I wanted to make it like the rest of her house you just can't get into, but it's there. So I figured maybe putting a storefront might help push that idea. I gave her a cute little garden wagon. I put a stall out the front with some flowers and some flower starters. Theme of the video, flowers. If you know one thing about me, if you've been following my videos for a while, you will know by now that I freaking love flowers. So we're putting flowers everywhere on the island. Of course I have to have a flower shop on the island. Like, hello. I've been trying really hard to keep up with using more azalea bushes as well. I mentioned that in the last video, which by the way, if you haven't watched that already, go ahead. I worked on the entrance in the last video. But I mentioned in the last video that I wanted to start using more azalea bushes because I was just kind of using one kind of bush and it was just looking very monotonous, very everything looks the same, and I didn't like that. I wanted to just add some variety with the plants. Like, I don't like just using one plant. Like, it looks very copy-paste. And I don't know, I'm a very chaotic person. I also planted a bamboo tree at her house, but I think it suits the vibe of her house anyway. I don't know, I just think the bamboo looks so good next to her house. Halfway through this, I kind of got really tired. So I decided to change my outfit and show you the ATM that I put out front of Nook's Cranny. So that's a new addition to the island, or an ABD actually. I added an ABD to the front of Nook's Cranny. So now, when my pockets are full of bells, I can just deposit it. Or if I don't have enough bells for something I want to buy, I can just withdraw it. Isn't that just so amazing and handy? I love that for me. Anyways, I decided to craft some of the vine furniture and I went along with the vine chair. I just think it looks really fun and cute in her front garden. I've never used that furniture item before in a build on my island, so I was very excited about using something new. Because something about me, like I've been mentioning in the last video and the video before that, and probably the video before that, I've been trying to experiment a lot with the furniture items I've been using. For the past few years, I just use the same few furniture items and it's just getting real tired. So I decided to try and switch things up this time and use items I don't typically use. And that chair is one of them. Anyways, I'm obsessed. Like, I think one of my favorite parts of this build is that little picnic area. It is just so cute. I love just going there and sitting there. I want that place in real life. I want to go and sit under that tree in real life. I'm not even joking. I would love to sit there and draw for hours. I can probably just go to the park and touch some grass, you know? But instead I sit at my desk all day. I decided to also give her a little cedar tree. I was gonna stump that one as well, but I let it grow in fully just because I feel like that area was really lacking some height. It was looking very flat and I did not like that. So I wanted to add some dimension. So I added a fully grown tree and then I again gave her the stunted bamboo. Now onto the little fishing dock deck area. I don't know what to call it. It's just kind of an area, a gap filler. I had no idea what to do here. It took me forever to find a path code for this area because the road just wasn't gonna work. But I actually found these really cute plank patterns. I think on Pinterest. I don't know, I'll put the creator code on the screen somewhere so that you can download them if you like them. But I really like these paths. I definitely am going to be using them in areas like this where I can't use the road design and where it's like looking more rural and countryside. I don't know why I do that really shitty accent every time I talk about the country, but I'm sorry. My boyfriend is from Texas, so I just really get into it, y'all. I drank so much sweet tea once when I visited my boyfriend, by the way, that when I came back and I got a blood test from my doctor, he said that my insulin was slightly too high and that I should stop having so much sugar. I wanted to give Maple a little beehive in her area, or like a bee house, I think it is actually, not a beehive. But it took me forever to be able to craft one because I don't have that many trees on my island, so I only got 2 beehives when I was trying to get it. Anyways, finally got a 3rd beehive to craft it, so I gave her one. And the story behind that is like, she's a bee. Pretty sure her catchphrase might be honey. I could be wrong. I feel like it just makes sense to give a bear a bee house where she can farm her own honey. You know, ethically sourced honey, if you will. And like, she has a huge flower garden, so hello, the pollen from all the plants, it's just perfect for a bee house. So I gave her a little bee house. With the dock area that I am building, or the deck, I think it's more of a deck than a dock. Anyways, with the deck, the fishing deck, let's call it, I struggled. Struggleville should be the name of my island. I'm not even kidding, Struggle City, this video was to make. The space in this area is just so awkward. Why did I build my island like that? I could have made it easier for myself and just like not done the terraforming the way that I did. But no, I had to go and make things harder for myself. But it's okay. There's this one item I literally was looking for like 10 minutes through my storage and I could not find it. It was the like anchor item. I think you get it from CJ maybe? Either CJ or Pascal. I don't remember who exactly. I just could not for the life of me find it. I stopped playing and then I came back a day later and I found it. So I do add that later on. I kind of changed the area at the bridge a lot, like the pathing situation. I made the deck a lot bigger so that I could actually fit the furniture items that I wanted to put. Because those fences are tiny, but they take up so much space. They take up a full, like, one space. So it was hard to put items around it. There is a few things I do want to change in that area, like just the layout of the furniture, but that's gonna be really easy and simple for me to do because I know exactly where I want things to go. But yes, so I finally got the anchor item. That was cool. That was a whole fiasco. I also put down like the fishing rod stand, I think it's called. I just basically put down a bunch of the like fishing tourney items, I'm pretty sure. I just feel like it made more sense to put a deck down connecting to the bridge. I felt like it was more stable. But yeah, I'm really glad I extended the deck. There was no way I was gonna fit all the furniture that I put. And I was really struggling too with the path codes. I kept accidentally erasing ones that I put next to the bridge, and it was just it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And it was so frustrating. I don't know, building in this game is just so stressful at times because I feel like sometimes you just keep accidentally deleting shit. And Dobie came to hang out with me for a bit in his bathrobe. Not even. It was his towel. Like, have some decency, dude. I say while there is a literal ass on my screen. I accidentally didn't put anything on the little garden table, and I really regret it. I'm gonna add something to it. I don't know what yet. Maybe a sandwich or something. Like, Maple goes there on her lunch break or something. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. Theme of my island? Girl, I don't know. Oh, speaking on the theme of my island, in my last video, I was like, guys, what even is the theme of my island? Someone said it should either be normcore or like small town, and I'm like, hell yeah, that makes perfect sense. But also, my bestie V said that my island reminds her of the game Simple City, I think it's called. I never played it as a kid, but apparently that was literally childhood for some people. So, and she sent me photos and I was like, okay, I see what you mean. So I think I am gonna call it Simple Core. Technically, it would probably be like more small town / normcore. That was the vibes. Now working on the peninsula, oh my god, I really wanted to use the pergola. That item is low-key so annoying. Like, the big items are kind of just really annoying to work around and place once you put them down. But I wanted to keep it there so that I knew where to put all the plants around it. But it just kept getting in my way. I was trying to plant bushes, I was trying to plant flowers, and it just kept getting in my way. But it's okay. I eventually worked through that. I am obsessed with the peninsula, by the way. It is just so nice, and it just seems so spring vibes and just so nice and warm, and I would love to sit under that pergola as well. Because it wouldn't be Hallow without a bunch of sitting areas, right? I put down more of that deck pattern as well under the pergola. But yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the build, but I think this build turned out really nice. It was very much a trust the process kind of vibe, but I'm glad that I trusted the process and didn't just give up and completely change my island theme again. I'm gonna set my island to spring, but I'm not gonna set it to cherry blossom season. I think the pink trees are just a bit too much with my island right now. Like, it's just a bit overwhelming to look at, and I think it'll look much better when everything's green again. But yeah, let's go on to the tour portion of this video. Hi, it's past me. So I finished today's build, and I'm gonna show you what I did. I actually built this over the course of a few days, so it took me quite a while. It was kind of hard figuring out what to put in this awkward space, I can't lie. But I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. Is it my greatest build ever? No, but it's okay. So heading down the ramp leads to this little road here, and it's a very short road. Anyways, so here we just have a cute little cherry tree, which is just a normal tree in other seasons, but you know. Heading down the path leads to a tiny little flower garden, and then it leads to Maple's house, which is a flower shop. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks so cute and cozy. I gave her this little vine chair. I have never used this item before in a build, so I'm very happy that I managed to incorporate it somewhere. I think it goes with the vibe of her house. So we just have a little stall with some flowers on it, some lilies, and a garden wagon. And we also have a display case / refrigerator for flowers. And we also have a little hose here so that she can water her flowers and keep them nice and fresh. She's actually home right now, so I can actually show you the inside of her home. So here is the inside of Maple's house. It's super cute and cozy in here. She has a special offer on little bonsais and a succulent, so that's really fun. I really like how I customized this sign. I didn't know you could customize it like this, but it looks like it's handwritten, so I really like it. And of course we have a little register with her little pansy starters. And at the back here is basically another table for more flowers, but I like to think of this as like a little break space, or like where she eats her dinner, because the idea was behind this screen is the rest of her house. I don't know, but I really like this little area. I customized these cushions. She has another little refrigerator for her flowers. And then we have a little kitchen for her, of course. I don't know, I feel like she's the type of girly that likes cooking. I mean, look at her watering her plants. Like, look at her and tell me she doesn't like cooking. Heading down the stepping stone to the left, we have just a cute little picnic area right next to the other picnic area that I put by the cafe. But you know what? It's okay. We can have multiple picnic areas on Hallow, okay? It's okay. Yeah, what was this again? I don't know, girl, but someone's writing a little diary. I always accidentally change the filter because I forget what button I have to press for reactions. Wait, this is so cute. I'm obsessed with this little area. Okay, anyways, heading back up the path to the right, we have a little cruiser bike and the entrance to the beaches. I think I've already mentioned this before, but the beaches I always leave to decorate last whenever I do an island. So they're gonna be looking like this for a while, but it's okay. We will get there one day. And over to the right here on the peninsula, I just put a cute little gazebo. I didn't know what else to put. Wait, this is not a gazebo, this is a pergola. How do you pronounce that word? I don't know, I'm Australian, so I say pergola. But yeah, I love this item so much, but it was so awkward when I put it down. I had to keep taking it down and putting it back, and it was just so awkward because it takes up so much space, but it's okay, because it takes up so much space. It made decorating the peninsula very easy. And then finally up this little plank path leads to a little bus stop type situation. I don't know. We got a little sitting area, of course. Can't be Hallow without 50 million sitting areas. And then finally leads to this deck, which also is a bridge. I don't know, this situation is kind of weird, but I'm here for it. You can fish in this little spot here, so you can still access the river. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the build, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to see me build the rest of my island. And I will see you next time. Bye!